Welcome to Black reSurgence Television. Actually, we are now called reSurgence Television. My name is Diane Wesley-Smith, and I'm your host. We are televised. Black reSurgence Television is televised the second and fourth Thursday of every month. And we come on Comcast on Channel 76, on AT&T, on Channel 99, and on Astound, on the internet on Astound 30. We're sponsored by DWS BVHP Real Estate Services in Hunters Point. That's for Bayview, Hunters Point. And Notary Services located at 4636 3rd Street here in San Francisco. Now, would you get your pen and paper ready? You remember, I always say get a pen and paper ready because there's always some valuable information that you would want to jot down. We have two announcements. The first announcement is for this Saturday, July the 25th, starting at 12 noon. It will be a San Francisco high school reunion picnic, and it will be held at the Martin Luther King Park and on 3rd Street at Carroll Avenue in the Bayview community. All people who were in high school in San Francisco between 1965 and 1985 will be there. It'll be a great place to see lots of San Francisco natives. I'll be there this Saturday early. Secondly, we have a political involvement announcement on August the 8th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's a Saturday, just 3 hours out of your day on a Saturday at the Obama Meeting Place, which is located at 4636 3rd Street. Also in the DWS BVHP Real Estate Office, people who understand the need for health care and health insurance will gather at 10 p.m. sharp, and we're going to start canvassing District 10, going door to door, and just letting people know the importance of health care and letting them know what they can do to get involved. I heard a senator make a statement saying that there won't be any health care reform until after the August vacation. Well, it sounds to me like someone's pay should be docked. Because they're ducking such an important issue. And I'd like to just say, this was a quote we found from Martin Luther King. One of our members emailed me today. Of all the forms of inequality, injustice in health care is the most shocking and the most humane.
Inhumane.
And the most inhumane. Thank you. My guest, that's my guest that just spoke up and corrected me. And now for a very special history treat. I have today Mr. Samuel Smith Jr., Samuel P. Smith Jr., and he is a former member of the Black Panther Party. Samuel, thank you for agreeing to come to the show, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm
Thanks for
so
having
glad
me here.
Oh, my pleasure. You know, Samuel, I want to thank you so much for agreeing to appear on the show. I just felt that I needed to get you on the show because you've participated in one of the most revolutionary efforts to occur in American history. And because of that, we wanted people who have only probably heard about the Black Panthers. They don't know about the Black Panthers. They weren't there. I wanted to get you on the show so that you could talk about what your experience was. And there's so many incorrect stories. And so now today we have someone here with us, Mr. Samuel P. Smith Jr., who was a Black Panther and is now a former Black Panther. So Samuel, let me ask you, what branch of the Black Panthers did you work with, or in what geographical location did your involvement cover?
I was in the Bay Area generally, and San Francisco area specifically.
Okay, good. And so you were San Francisco specifically, and were you also in Oakland, Berkeley, and Richmond?
In the Bay Area generally, yes.
Okay, generally. You know, I just read this book, you guys. I was motivated to read it. It's called Panther, and the first part of it is very educational and very factual. And I have a special treat for you, which is a picture of Samuel Smith. When he was, matter of fact, let's show that picture now. Samuel, may I pull up that picture now?
Surely.
Okay. Look at that picture. The gentleman standing there with the big afro, hands folded, that is Samuel. You know, Samuel, thank you so much for sharing that picture with us. Thank you very much. And what we'd like to do now is I'd like to just kind of get into your involvement in the Black Panthers. I read the book. First, let me ask you, what sparked your involvement in the Black Panthers?
Actually, I was a member of one of the first African American student associations in America, San Francisco City College Black Students Association, called at the time, which we got our ideas from the Black Student Union at San Francisco State back in the 60s, around 1965. I went on to want to become part of change, and I, being a guest of Emory Douglas, I learned about the Panthers.
Emory Douglas. Now, who was Emory Douglas?
Emory Douglas was
History
the Minister of Culture of the Black Panther Party. We were associated students at San Francisco City College in the Black Students Association, and I left there to organize the community in the area of revolution, actually changing our situation, our status.
And when you say changing our situation, our status, what was our status? What did you want to change? What did the Black Panthers have the courage to do?
I can go right to what we want, what the Panthers wanted. We want freedom, justice, and basically land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, and peace. Those were some of the areas that one of the areas that we wanted as an organization. We wanted freedom from people held in prison, as in those days and even today, if you are recognized as a dissident or a person that doesn't agree with the ruling order, you are either jailed or killed or introduced to germ warfare, drugs.
Oh, okay. Now, drugs. I wanted to ask you about drugs. I'm kind of getting a little bit ahead, but since you mentioned germ warfare and drugs, now we both grew up in, for the large part, Bayview Hunters Point. And I remember drugs coming there. I remember these vibrant men that were standing up for the community. And a little bit after the Black Panthers, let's see, now this is like around 86, and I saw people change before my eyes. And those very people are not here now to help our community. And so you say germ warfare, you guys, the Black Panther Party for self-defense started to fight to change our condition.
And we became victims of the germ warfare. Some of our main leadership died as a result of involvement with drugs or the presence of drugs.
So people in the Black Panthers were using drugs?
I'm not saying they were using, but we were victims. We became victims of the germ warfare. It is noted, it is documented that our government, United States government, introduced drugs to our community, and many of the gang warfare and violence as a result of their presence for distribution of drugs is part of what became the result of our government introducing drugs to our community.
And so, yes, I totally agree. And, just to go back a little bit, what sparked your involvement in the Black Panthers? What made you say, so seldom do we come across people who say, you know what, I don't like that, or I want to do something about it. What sparked you, Samuel?
The Black Panther Party seemed to be addressing many issues that I agreed with, issues of oppression, issues that were related to the slavery and oppression of Americans, specifically African Americans. Therefore, I joined that group, and I learned a lot. I also put forth an effort to change. There was so much death and jailing that went on around me. As one became a reason that I had to withdraw myself from there and go on to just support our community in terms of